the story. We have the story of Karna, a son of Kunti. Kunti had been given a boon by said Durvasa that she can conceive of a child just by invoking any devata. Basically, Durvasa was a person, very angry person. And when he came to visit the Pandavas when they were in the forest, so Draupadi took care of him very well. This is not Draupadi, it's Kunti. So Kunti, when she and her children were in the forest, so Durvasa had come one day and she took care of him to the extent that he was so pleased. He blessed her by saying, I will teach you a mantra by which you can invoke any devata and you will get a son from that devata. Now when Pandu was cursed to, by saying that he cannot enjoy marital bliss, he also was under a curse because he had disturbed a couple in the forest, believing them to be deer. Okay, in the forest when he was hunting, he heard a noise of a deer and he shot an arrow blindly and it hit this couple and they cursed him that anytime you get into a sexual relationship, you will die. Okay, just like you have killed us, you will also die in the same way. So Pandu could not remain in the kingdom. He said, I will hand over the kingdom to Dhritarashtra and he will rule in my absence. I will go to the forest. Now in the forest, Kunti reminded Pandu that she had this particular boon. And Pandu was very happy that he said that let us have children. You chant the mantra and you can get me children. Before marriage, this boon was gained by Kunti before she married Pandu. So she was not sure whether this mantra really works. She wanted to test it. So she chanted this mantra and invoked the god Indra. Not Indra, Karna's father is Surya. She invoked a Surya Devata and he blessed her with a son, Karna. Now this young boy was a liability to Kunti because she was not married. So she put him in a basket and floated it in the river. She didn't want to have the embarrassment of having a child out of marriage. So she let go of the child and this child was discovered by a charioteer. So Karna had two mothers. One was Kunti, the other was Radha. So Karna is also called as Radheya. So he was brought up as a charioteer's son. And when he grew up, he learned all the martial arts, but he could not learn from Drona because Drona will teach only princes. Drona will teach only born royal blooded princes and Karna was not of a royal blood. because he was son of a charioteer. But somehow he kept practicing, and he learned archery, and he was as good as Arjuna in archery. When there was a contest to show off the skills of this young princess that completed their studies, so Drona arranged a competition in which all these princes, including Bhima, Drona, Arjuna, and others, they all showed off their talents. Karna came there and he said, I also want to participate in this competition. So Drona asked, yes, you are welcome, but please introduce yourself to me. Who are you? So he said, I am the son of a charioteer, and I am not of royal blood. Drona said, sorry, you cannot participate. This is only meant for the royal family, so you cannot participate. This offended Duryodhana, and he said that this is very unfair. Karna is here to show off his skills, and he has learnt a lot. So what if he is not of royal blood? I will make him a king of a small kingdom, and I will befriend him. He will be my friend and a king in his own right. So this was how Karna got the friendship of Duryodhana. As the story went on in Mahabharata, Karna became closer and closer to Duryodhana, and he was part of the scene when the game of dice was being played. When Shakuni and Yudhishthira, they were playing the game of dice. Shakuni played on behalf of Duryodhana, and people said this is not fair. Duryodhana is invited Yudhishthira, and so Duryodhana should play. So Shakuni made fun of Yudhishthira and said, are you afraid to play? If you are afraid to play, then you can go back, you need not play. So, and Yudhishthira could not refuse the invitation to play because it is a royal game, and to refuse to play is to lose face. It is like walking away from a war. When you are challenged and you accepted the challenge and then you walk away, it is a loss of face. So Yudhishthira says, no, it is okay, you play. And Shakuni was expert in dice. He knew the art of cheating without being caught. So when Yudhishthira lost, he started losing first. He lost his kingdom. After that, he lost his brothers. Then finally, he lost Draupadi also. So when he lost Draupadi also, so Draupadi was dragged into the court, and Karna was part of the scene, and he also started laughing with Duryodhana in amusement at Draupadi's shame. So I think I'm not sure whether Arjuna decided to kill Karna at that point. But then, yes, once the war started, so Krishna uh, said that this boy, Karna, so he went to Kunti and said, Karna is not a son of a charioteer. Actually, he is your own son, and he is your firstborn. So he is also part of the Pandavas. So he's not our enemy. He's one of your sons alone. So this shocked Kunti, and she went to Karna in the night alone, meeting him alone, and told him the story of how he was born. And Karna didn't know what to say. So he was all the time struggling with his status as a charioteer's son. And his blood was boiling because he could not participate in that competition because he was not a prince. Now he discovered that he's actually Kunti's son, and probably if the Pandavas were ruling, then Karna would be older than Yudhishthira and have a chance to rule this entire Hastinapura kingdom. But he said, I cannot compromise my friendship with Duryodhana. I will continue to be with Duryodhana. But I will promise you that I will not kill any of your sons except Arjuna. My rivalry is with Arjuna. Therefore, after the war, you will still have 5 sons. Either it will be the 4 brothers plus Arjuna, or if Arjuna is dead, there will be 4 brothers plus Karna. Okay, either way, one of us will not be alive. Either Arjuna or Karna will die, and Kunti had to satisfy herself with this.
Like when you say your video is done speaking, Anala? Done speaking.
आपको सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है, दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है?
Video stop.
What is the disturbance?
It's okay, sir. We can continue.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
It's clear.
Kunti had to satisfy herself that her other 4 sons will be safe, and only Arjuna may have to lose his life to Karna, or Arjuna may kill Karna. And either way, she said that I will lose one of my sons, and she was very unhappy about it. But she was relieved that the other 4, Karna had given word that he will not kill them. Right? So here itself, Karna's wings were cut because he could not use his full strength to destroy the Pandavas. Right? Before the war, Indra, so whose son Arjuna was, Indra came to Karna in the form of a Brahmin and asked him for Bhiksha. And Karna asked him, what Bhiksha do you want? Because Karna was a great charitable person. So he said, anything you want, you just ask, I will give it to you. Now Karna was born with a protective armor. Okay. So he had Kundala and Kavacha. Okay. Kavacha, Kundala. Kavacha is armor and Kundala is a earring. He was born with a golden earring and a golden protection for his chest. So Indra, as a Brahmin, he said, please give me your Kavacha and Kundala. Karna was shocked. He didn't know why. But he said, I will never break my promise. So without a second thought, he took them out and gave it to Indra. And Indra revealed himself and he said, I am Indra. I am my son Arjuna. So on his behalf, I am intervening. So I bless you. May you have a good war. But this protection will not be there. Therefore, you'll have to fight for your life if you really want to survive. Okay, so Karna's protection was gone. and Karna's full capacity to fight and destroy the Pandavas, that was taken away by Kunti. So Karna remained with just his basic fighting skills. And with that, he fought a war, a very brave war. He had a chance to kill Bhima in the war, but he refused to kill Bhima because he had given a promise that I will not touch the other 4 children. Ultimately, when Abhimanyu broke the Chakra Vyuha and he got into the enemy camp, so he was surrounded by Karna and Kripacharya, Drona, all of them got together and got him killed. This irritated Arjuna and he said, I will kill Karna. And they had a face-to-face fight with the bow and arrow. And Krishna was constantly guiding Arjuna how to fight the war. So he said that Karna's chariot should be destroyed first. So Karna's chariot was broken, and the tire got stuck in the mud. The wheel of the chariot got stuck in the mud, and Karna had to get down to pull out the wheel. And he said, time, please give me some time to recover the chariot. At that point, Arjuna stopped fighting. And Krishna says, Arjuna, what are you doing? This is your chance to kill Karna. So please take your arrow and shoot him. So Karna said, Krishna, what are you talking? So is this fair? Is this a warrior's code? So you are supposed to honor the warrior's code. The enemy who is unarmed should be allowed to go away. Right? So this has happened many times in Mahabharata. So Yudhishthira, 2-3 times he was defeated and he was disarmed and he was allowed to go because he was unarmed. Okay. The same way even in the Kaurava, Duryodhana was allowed to go because he was unarmed. So the warrior's code is you fight with arms. So the foot soldier will fight with foot soldier, charioteer will fight with charioteer, and Gada fighter will fight with Gada fighter. So you cannot turn away and fight someone else. Okay. And if the enemy is unarmed, you cannot fight him. So Karna said, you please honor that code and allow me to recover my chariot so that I can stand up and fight back. So Krishna says, you are a person who does not deserve honor because you have done all the dishonorable things in the book. You have, with Duryodhana, sided with him, and you were an accomplice in all his wrongdoings. Okay. And you killed Abhimanyu mercilessly. All of you surrounded him. Single-handed, he fought. And you all shot him from the back. Is that fair? You don't deserve fairness. Therefore, this is your time has come. So, Arjuna, take your bow and arrow and shoot Karna. This is the right moment. So Arjuna very reluctantly took the arrow and shot Karna. And this is how Karna's life came to an end. He died like a hero. A good man, but got into bad company and got into bad habits. But his goodness showed through even after his death. He was honored in terms of Kunti told the Pandavas the story of how Karna was born. So all the Pandavas came and they gave Karna a ceremonial farewell. right? So he died like a hero, and he was remembered as a hero. So this Karna, you find all the characters in the Mahabharata, they are neither black nor white. They are a mix of both. Okay, Bhishma also. So he sided with the Pandavas, but he fought for the Kauravas. Drona also, his heart was with Arjuna, but he fought against Arjuna. Karna also, he was a brother to the Pandavas, but he fought the Pandavas. So everybody had difficult situations to manage, and they all found their own personal solutions. Right? It's not that they are right or they are wrong, but this is the instruction. Whenever you have any difficulty in decision making, okay, you see what is good about it, what is not good about it. You see what is the best alternative, and also you see whether it is moral or not moral. And finally, you put all this on a weighing scale and see which decision is better. No matter which decision you take, it will be wrong from one standpoint. So, but you cannot stop and say, I will not take a decision. Taking a decision is better than indecision or not deciding. So even if you're wrong, never mind, please go ahead, because you have to keep moving. And in life, you cannot withdraw and go back in time. So whatever mistakes that you've made, you have to put it behind you and look forward to something better, right? If you have made a mistake, try to correct it. And if you cannot correct it, then you pay for it, right? Either way, you do action. You cannot withdraw from action. You cannot stop all action. As Krishna says, no human being can stop acting, because human nature is such that it will make you act. Therefore, Arjuna, fight this war. Do not withdraw. Right? What makes action a problem? All are difficult decisions. We find that the problem of consequences, what can go wrong? If I take a decision, it can go right, then wonderful. It can go wrong, then it's a problem. If I don't decide, or if I decide something else, if it goes right, wonderful. If it doesn't go right, it becomes a problem. So either way, there is going to be an issue, a problem. Life is like that we always get caught up in dilemmas. Should I do or should I not do? Should I do this or should I do that? As long as you have fear of consequences, you will not be able to take a good decision. So what is a good decision? A good decision should be something based on universal principles. Okay, so there is a code of honor, there's a code of dharma, there's a code of right and wrong. So you have to honor that code. Also, you find that dharma is not one track. There are many tracks to dharma. So like telling the truth, speaking the truth is dharma, but non-hurting also is dharma. Do not hurt anyone. Okay, that is also dharma. So when these two dharmas clash, so what should you choose? Whatever you choose, you are going against one dharma. If you speak the truth, you may hurt someone. If you are non-hurting, you may have to, not speak the truth, or you may speak an untruth. Right? So this is the type of conflicts you find in Mahabharata. And A good decision is something which is personal to you. Okay, you should feel good about that decision. If you do not feel good about that decision, it's a bad decision. So when you decide, ask yourself in your heart, is it good for me? Is it wholehearted? Is it wholehearted? And is it seeing the picture from the bigger standpoint, from the larger standpoint? It's not only from my personal standpoint I'm seeing, but I'm seeing it in the larger standpoint of universal dharma. So if I take these points, it becomes easier and easier to take a good decision. Okay. A good decision maker is a person who has taken a lot of good decisions. By taking good decisions, you become a good decision maker. Okay. And how do you learn to take good decisions? By making mistakes. By making mistakes, you learn from your mistakes. So a number of bad decisions make you learn and become a good decision maker. Right? So don't be afraid of decisions. So some decisions can go wrong, but it's a learning experience. You learn from that experience and keep deciding until you become a good decision maker. Right? So this was the story of Karna, a very colorful character, but also a very sad character because he was always fighting against himself. Okay, he could never accept his low birth. He always had to struggle, and that became a point which is hurtful. Anybody mentions his low birth, he gets angry. Okay, and once he said that Daivayattam kule janma madayattam tu paurusham. My low birth can be because of fate. Okay, but my courage and my warrior ability is because of my own effort. So my own effort has made me a warrior. It doesn't matter if I was of low birth, but I have reached the status of a warrior by my own honest effort. So he believed in himself at the same time, who could not accept himself also. Because of his low birth, he couldn't accept himself. Every time he had to prove himself, I am better. I am not bad, I am better. Okay. And because of this, Duryodhana could exploit his weakness. His weakness is somebody should accept me as I am. Duryodhana did that, and Karna became his faithful friend. We were doing chapter 3. In chapter 3, Krishna says, if you are free from raga dvesha, okay, this verse 34, indriyasya arthe raga dvesha vyavastito. Maybe I should put it on the screen. Just a minute. Can you enable screen sharing, sir?
Just a moment. Done.
This verse number 34. Can you see it?
Yeah, we can say.
Yeah. Indriyasya indriyasyarthe. I will chant it so that you become familiar with the chanting also. Indriyasya indriyasyarthe. Ragadvesha vyavasthitau. Tayor navashamagachet. Tau hyasya paripanthinau. Indriyasyendrasyarthe ragadvesha vyavasthitau tayor navashamagachet tau hyasya paripanthinau. Between the senses and the sense objects, okay, any action involves your sense organs, your organs of action, and the world outside. So in interacting with your faculties and with the world outside, in this interaction, a lot of problems could be solved if raga and dvesha did not interfere. Raga and dvesha, likes and dislikes. So strong likes and strong dislikes, this is basically the sign of ego. Okay. The ego is the one who says, I like this, I want this, I will get it at any cost. I hate this, I don't like it, I will destroy it if necessary. So, likes and dislikes define the ego. When you go by likes and dislikes, you are willing to give up all codes of ethics, you are willing to give up dharma, you are willing to give up the sense of shame also. So you are so obsessed with getting what you want that you will not stop and think, what am I doing? Is it right or wrong? Okay, we were just witnessing recently that drunk driver in Pune, a young boy, so who destroyed the lives of two children, and all efforts were made to cover his crime, and an innocent person was asked to take the blame. Okay, now all this happens, so because your love for that boy, and I have to protect him at all cost, so doesn't matter if I do the wrong thing, but I want that boy not to be punished, so I want him to be free. So this is the you can say the raga dvesha. The love for that boy is overpowering so much that you don't see the crime that has happened, and you want to excuse that person from all his faults. Raga dvesha is something that can push you into wrongdoing. Desire, many people say desire is the root of all evil. I wouldn't agree. It is not desire is the root of all evil. Desire can be good also. In fact, in Bhagavat Gita, Krishna talks about dharma aviruddha kama. Dharma aviruddha kama, a desire that does not go against dharma. Dharma is doing what is right. So if your desire is compatible with dharma, it is something beautiful. But if your desire goes against dharma, then beg, borrow, or steal, you want to fulfill the desire at all cost. Then cost does not matter. Only you are so obsessed that all wrongdoing can be excused if I can fulfill my desire. So it is that unobstructed desire, that the need to fulfill it at all cost. This what I talk about is dependence. You depend on that desire for fulfillment. Okay. When you depend on that desire for fulfillment, that desire can affect you, it can hurt you. It can make you do things right or wrong. It can make you lose sleep. It can make you inimical to your best friends. And it can destroy your life. It can destroy your career. So it is not desire per se that is a problem, but how you manage desire. If you cannot manage your desire will manage you. A friend of mine had a dog, and he used to take this dog for a walk. And this dog was a huge Alsatian, and this fellow had trouble controlling the dog because the dog used to pull at the leash, and this man had to follow because the dog was big and strong, and it was pulling at the leash, and this man had to do all he could to control the leash. So we were all his friends, and we used to have a good laugh and tell him, when you take the dog for a walk, we always wonder, are you taking the dog for a walk, or is the dog taking you for a walk? Right? So when the dog takes you for a walk, you're not going for a walk, you are struggling with the dog. My teacher gave me another interesting example. He says, when a dog wags its tail, it's very beautiful. Okay, the dog is wagging the tail. But just imagine if the tail started wagging the dog. What would happen? The same way, desire is beautiful, but if the desire controls you, then you are at the mercy of the desire. Okay, and there is where your downfall starts. If you cannot regulate desire, in second chapter it was said that there is a ladder of fall. The ladder of fall starts with constant thinking of something that you desire. When you constantly think of something that you desire, it becomes an obsession. Okay, sangaha. Sangha is obsession. So sangha upajayate, sangat sanjayate kamaha. So sangha is association. When you constantly think about something, you start getting attached to it. When you start getting attached to it, then it becomes a desire. I want it. And when the desire is not fulfilled, it becomes anger. Kamat krodho bijayate, krodhat bhavati sammohaha. So anger leads to delusion. Sammoha smriti vibhramaha. So you start losing your sense of right and wrong. Smriti bhramshat buddhi nasha. All your thinking is destroyed. Buddhi nashat pranashyati. When your thinking is destroyed, then you also are destroyed. Okay, this is called the ladder of fall. It all starts by a simple thinking about luxury, thinking about something that you want to enjoy. The more you start thinking, you get attached to it. The more you get attached to it, it becomes an obsession. The more it becomes an obsession, then you try to work for it in a right way or wrong way. And if you don't get it, you become angry, and that anger can again destroy you. Right? So Krishna says, Indriyasya indriyasyarthe raga dvesha vyavastitau tayorna vashamagachet. Do not come under their influence. Do not come under the influence of raga dvesha. Tau hyasya paripanthinau. They are your enemies. They are waiting to waylay you in the road to success. If you want success, manage your likes and dislikes. Okay. A very senior person who was a successful person. So somebody asked him, so you don't have time to watch TV and all that. You don't enjoy your life. He says, well, if I had time to watch my TV, then I wouldn't have become so successful. If I had spent all my time in pursuing what I like, then I could never have created this empire. So I am successful industrialist because I have said no to distraction. So all things that distract you, you say no so that you can say yes to something better. Okay, this is called managing your likes and dislikes. You can say no to your likes and dislikes if it leads to a better outcome. If you say yes to your likes and dislikes all the time, you're pampering your likes and dislikes. When you pamper your likes and dislikes, you are giving up on a higher goal. Therefore, Krishna says, manage your likes and dislikes. They are your real enemies. Okay. And even if you don't like this war, Arjuna, you have to fight because it is your swadharma. So look at your dharma and do what is right. Don't go by, I don't like to fight. I don't want these people to die. Don't go by those excuses. They are excuses. Manage your excuses. There are many excuses for failure. Do you agree? There are many excuses for failure. And there is one reason for success. One reason for success. There are not many reasons. There are one reason for success. That reason is a very good reason. Manage all your excuses. Okay? Manage all your excuses. So, overcome your excuses. When you overcome your excuses, you will be successful. So, this is one reason for success. Now, Arjuna asks a question. Athakena prayuktoyam papam charati purusha, verse 36. Anichannapi varshneya baladiva niyojitaha. What prompts a person to do wrongdoing? Okay, even though you don't want to do it, you still end up doing something wrong. So as so some force from inside is pushing you to do the wrong thing. So what is it that prompts you to do the wrong deed? So Bhagavan says, Kama esha krodha eshaha rajoguna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma vidhyena miha vairinam. Kama esha krodha eshaha rajoguna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma vidhyena miha vairinam. What prompts you to do wrong things is your own desire, your own anger. Your own desire, your own anger is born of Rajoguna. Rajas Guna is the ego-based activity. So that is Rajoguna. Sattva Guna is dharma-based activity. So when you base your activities on dharma, it becomes sattva. When you base your activities on ego, it becomes rajas. And when you base your activities on tamas, okay, tamas literally means darkness. So you do, you live a life of confusion. So when you base your activities in tamas, you live a life of confusion. Kama Krodha is born of Rajoguna. Okay, it is born of ego. Mahashano Mahapapma. It is a great consumer. It will consume everything in its path like fire. And Mahapapma. It is a great sinner. It makes you do things which you would never dream of doing. Okay, once you get into an obsession, so a person who is angry will not stop at anything. He will insult his own guru also. So out of anger, he can insult his own guru and go against him. So this is the power of anger. Maha papma viddhi enam iha vairinam. Know this kama and krodha to be your enemies. Now kama can be of different intensity. Three examples are given. How smoke can cover fire. So when there's too much of smoke, then the fire becomes hidden. So karma can cover your right thinking in that way. A little more intense desire is like a mirror being clouded by dirt. When a mirror is clouded by dirt, you don't see your reflection. Okay. So you need to polish the mirror. So it requires a greater effort. As far as smoke is concerned, you just have to wait for the air to come and blow the smoke. So you don't have to really put much effort. It blows away by itself. Whereas a mirror, you have to put effort to rub it out. And the third example is given, Yatha ulbena avrito garbhaha. Just like how the fetus is covered by the womb. So now, no matter how much you try, that fetus will not come out until its full term. Okay, you have to wait. So sometimes your anger is so much, you can't do anything. You have to wait for that anger to get over. So this is the time when if you cannot wait, you end up doing wrong things. If you cannot manage that anger, you will end up doing wrong things. So it's a good idea to say, when you are angry, don't take any decision. When you're overpowered by anger, take a break. Tell yourself, I want time. Tell your children or tell your partner, right now I'm angry, I cannot think. So give me some time. Let us take this up after half an hour. Okay. So that I come down to a cool state of mind and then we can resolve our issue. Taking a break should not be an escape. Taking a break should be giving you time to come back with a cooler head. Okay, so take a break to become cool, not take a break to avoid the problem. Don't avoid the problem, come back to the problem with a cool head. So this is the different intensities of desire and anger. And Krishna says it covers your knowledge, and this desire and anger is like fire. It can never be fully satisfied. Desire is something, the more you fulfill it, the more it grows. Desire keeps multiplying. Even the richest person in this world, okay, he desires to become richer by investing his money. Okay, so if it's a good to invest your money and get a return, but if money is a goal, if the money alone is a goal, richness for richness sake, then it's a sad thing. Because if you still want to be richer, that means you're telling yourself, I am not rich enough. Can you see this? If your obsession is to become more rich, what are you telling yourself? I am not rich enough. If you live your whole life with that sense, I am not rich enough, no amount of riches can satisfy you. Okay? The same thing is true for power. The same thing is true for strength. A lot of people who do bodybuilding, okay, they always look into the mirror and say, this particular part of my body is not perfect. I have to improve it. That means you always see yourself as less than perfect. Now that is a problem. Stop seeing yourself as less than perfect. Can you accept yourself with your imperfections? When you accept yourself with your imperfections, then the stress of life is gone. After that, enjoyment of life is there, but the stress of life is gone. If you can manage your desire, you can manage your stress, right? Now, Krishna gives a secret of how to manage your raga dvesha. Verse number 40. Indriyani manobuddhihi asyadishtanam uchyate etair vimohayatyeshaha jnanam avritya dehinam. Indriyani manobuddhihi asyadishtanam uchyate etair vimohayatyeshaha jnanam avritya dehinam. Desire expresses at three different levels. One is at the level of your sense organs, your eyes and ears. The second, it manifests at the level of your emotional mind. This is called manaha, the emotional mind. And the third, it manifests at the level of your thinking mind, your rational mind. Okay? So, desire expresses physically at your sense organ level. It expresses at the emotional mind, I want. And it expresses in your thinking mind in terms of I can fulfill myself when I get the desire fulfilled. If my desire is fulfilled, I am fulfilled. This is your rational mind telling you. And your emotional mind says, I want this at any cost. And your sense organs say, oh, I'm looking at it, I'm seeing it, and it is something beautiful. It is something that I wish I could get. So raga manifests at these three different levels. If you want to manage your desire, you have to handle it at these three levels and flush out the enemy. The enemy is hiding at these three different places. So flush out the enemy. Do not allow desire to grow beyond control. Okay? Learn to set a limit. This far and no further. So you can set a limit in terms of your rational thinking. You can set a limit in terms of your emotional thinking. You can set a limit in terms of your physical activity. When you can do that, then you are managing your desire. Therefore, you are free to do the right thing. When you manage your desires, you are free to do the right thing. When you cannot manage your desires, you are forced to go away from the right thing. Okay, therefore, Krishna says, Evam Indriyani Paranyaho. Verse 42 is beautiful. Physical activity, the reins for your sense organs are your mind. If you think of the chariot, the horses are there. The horses are controlled by this reins. Okay, and the charioteer is a rational mind. The reins are your emotional mind, and the horses are your senses. The horses are running wild. So if you want to control the horses, you have to control the reins. Okay. If the reins are to be controlled, you have to have a good charioteer. So similarly, to control your sense organs, handle your mind. Okay. May your mind be competent. May you be emotionally strong to manage your desire so that you do not expose yourself to the object of desire constantly. Withdraw yourself from the source of desire. Emotionally become strong so that you can withdraw, and rationally become very clear about what is good for you. Rationally, you are very clear about what is good for you, then you can manage your emotions. If you know what is good for you, you can manage your emotions. If you don't know what is good for you, then your emotions will manage you. Therefore, with your intellect, manage your mind. With your mind, emotional mind, manage your activities. And how do you manage the rational mind? So educate your rational mind into something higher. The higher is the knowledge of Atma. When you have the knowledge of Atma, I am not dependent on desire. I am the Lord of desire. I am not someone who can be manipulated by desire. I am the one who is independent of desire. I am the Atma. I am complete as I am. I am secure as I am. I am fulfilled as I am. Whether I fulfill this desire or not, that is by the way. I am full and complete. That is all the way. This is the truth of myself. I am full and complete all the way. Desire is something that is a self-expression. It's an expression of my life. So as long as I'm alive, desire will be there. So that is beautiful. But let the desire be accompanied by dharma. Let it be married to dharma, so that the desire does not make me do wrong things. If that is there, I am managing my desire. And the nice thing is, if the desire is fulfilled, I feel blessed. I accept that success is a blessing. If the desire is not fulfilled, I accept that also. I accept it gracefully like a sportsman. When a sportsman is defeated, so it is accepted with a smile. Well, the better person won. So you are graceful in defeat and you are grateful in victory, right? So can desire control you? If you accept the fulfillment of desire is by the way, and the desire not being fulfilled also is by the way, my fulfillment is my nature. It does not depend on desire or fulfillment. My fulfillment is based on what I am. I am complete. I am secure. I am fulfilled as I am. Right here, right now. I think this is a beautiful mantra. I am complete. I am secure. I am fulfilled as I am. Right here, right now. I don't depend on desire. I am independent of desire. Desire is meant for me. I am not meant for desire. Okay? The tail is meant for the dog. The dog is not meant for the tail. So let not desire shake you. Let desire be something beautiful. Marry it to dharma, and that desire can give you success. But if the desire goes against dharma, you are compromising on your success and you are creating stress for yourself. So basically, this is the third chapter. We'll be going to the fourth chapter, which talks about more about self-knowledge. Know yourself and be free. Right? Any questions you can feel free to ask.
So today it was very well explained, and really we had a wonderful session.
Okay, okay.
Yes, thank you very much.
Usually at the end of my talks, I have a short meditative session, about 10 minutes. So just now what I said, that was part of it. Okay, you are complete as you are. Just imagine from your childhood to your old age. Are you the same or have you changed? Are you the same or are you different? Okay. Your childhood has gone away, but have you gone away? You are still here. Your old age has come. Okay. Your old age was not there before. Now it has come. But even before it came, were you there or not?
Yes.
You were there. That you is not dependent on young age or old age. That you is always independent. You are not dependent on the conditions associated with you. You are existing independent of all conditions. Your existence does not depend on your breath. Your existence does not depend on your life. Okay? You are breathing because you exist. You are living because you exist. Okay? What happens when you stop breathing? When you stop breathing, you will continue to exist. But not as this particular individual. His individuality is a condition associated with you. You are not a condition. You are that which exists beyond conditions. So know yourself. Bhagavat Gita tells you, you are beyond conditions. You don't exist because of conditions. You exist beyond conditions. Therefore, whether you're a child or a young one or an old person, whether you're alive or you're dead, you are beyond all these conditions. Therefore, nothing in this world can shake you because you are beyond these conditions of joy and sorrow. Such a person, the one who has got this knowledge, is said to be liberated person. Bhagavad Gita teaches you the secret of liberation. It helps you to understand yourself. You are not limited by your conditions. You are not dependent on your conditions. Your existence is beyond your conditions. You exist beyond your conditions. Your life may come and go, but your existence will continue. And this existence is not like a stone. A stone also exists. You also exist. What is the difference? The difference is you are conscious. The stone is unconscious, right? So your existence is conscious existence that will always remain, whether you're a child, whether you're a young one, whether you're a grown up, whether you're alive or you're not alive. Your conscious existence is what you are. As conscious existence, you are beyond the hold of conditions. You cannot be limited by conditions. Conditions come and go. You are. Okay? Gita says what comes and goes cannot be reality. Reality does not come and go. So who are you? Are you the one who comes and goes? Or are you the one who is always existing? Ask yourself that question. Am I the one who come and go? Or am I the one who remains intact always? The truth about yourself is you are unconditionally existing, unconditionally full and complete, unconditionally secure, unconditionally fulfilled. You don't have to wait for fulfillment. Fulfillment happen to be what you are. Without changing anything, right here, right now, as you are. You are complete. You are secure. You are fulfilled. Right now, you are complete. You are secure. You are fulfilled. Right now, you are secure. You are complete. You are fulfilled. Take some time to think about it. You are complete as you are right now. Om. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahimmanshaah Gobrahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samastashkino Bhavantu Kale Varshapu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Shobharahita Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaah Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma kaśyid dukkha bhag bhavet asato ma satkamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma mritam gamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Okay, we have completed 8 sessions so far. I would like your feedback. If you can just send me some written feedback, it will be good so that I can look into it and feel encouraged also, and also see how I can improve the set of talks. Okay, thank you very much. Hari Om.
Thank you, Acharya.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Acharya ji.
Thank you very much, sir.
Acharya, I have an observation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Acharya ji. Thank you.
Acharya ji,
हाँ जी बोलिए.
I'm Kusum.
हाँ बोलिए.
I want to ask, if I'm complete, I'm secure, I'm fulfilled, then why desires come?
Why should?
The desires arise.
Ah,
Why they arise and take a hold of me?
correct. See, we have a set of conditions called the body-mind complex, right? This body-mind complex is a set of conditions associated with you. Now, if you take this body-mind complex as you, the body is not perfect, mind is not perfect, Therefore, I am not perfect. See this logic? If I take this body-mind complex as myself, body is not perfect, mind is not perfect, therefore I am not perfect. If I am not perfect, I should do something to become perfect. That is called desire. So desire is the desire to become free from imperfection. So as long as I believe my nature is imperfect, desire will hold me. Once I understand that I am not this set of conditions associated with me, I am already complete as I am, unconditionally. Then why should I desire? Yes, what you said is right. Why should I desire? I don't need to desire. Correct? So this is called freedom from desire. Freedom from desire is not absence of desire. Please understand this. Absence of desire is sometimes it's a sign of you are not healthy. If you are not healthy, if you are sick, then you don't feel like eating. Correct? You don't feel like talking. You don't feel like doing anything. Why? Ichha nahi hai. I'm not feeling healthy. So desire is a sign of good health. Okay. But it's also a sign of a confusion between you and the set of conditions. So if you are confused, then desire controls you. If you are clear, I am not this set of conditions, desire is just a manifestation of the mind. Okay. Desire by itself is beautiful. It is an asset. So it tells you you are healthy. So please work on the desire, try to fulfill it. At the same time, don't depend on it. Don't depend on fulfillment. It may be fulfilled, may not be fulfilled. Okay. So either way, it is by the way. If it is fulfilled, it is by the way. If it is not fulfilled, it is by the way. What is all the way? I am already full. That is all the way.
Very beautiful said.
So that gives you freedom. I am free all the way. Therefore, I don't have to be bound by my desire. I can regulate my desire.
Thank you.
Hari Om.